So, hello and welcome to the Python tutorials part 6 episode. And I'm very happy to introduce that we have successfully completed 5 episodes in this series. Okay, so I'm very happy. So, this is 6th episode where we'll be learning about functions. Okay, I took a time, but no worries. So, let's open Visual Studio Code, and here is the file from the last video. Okay, I hope that you all have this file. You have had taken this from my video description. If you don't have, go fast in my video's description. There you will get my file, these files. Okay, so you need to go in that video's description, so you'll get these all these files. Okay, if you don't get in the description, check comments. You'll surely get. So for this video, I'll be creating a new folder in this file. I'll call this maintut6.py. Okay. So here, what you'll be learning is about functions. Okay. So in short, I'm saying that functions are certain line of code that execute a certain task. For example, a print is a function. Okay. If I write hello world, okay, basic hello world program, this one. So this will display hello world. Simply you all know. So now this is a function, executes some task. Okay, so let's remove this. Okay, so let's remove this. Now what you'll be learning is about functions and the structure of a function, basically. So what is the structure of a function? Structure of function. Here you have to give the function name at first. Okay, it can be anything, and then you have to give two circle brackets. So this is the basic structure of the function. Okay, really easy. Now, how can you create your own functions? Isn't it amazing that in Python there is print function and your own function will be there? Yes, you can do so. You write def means you're gonna define a function. Let's call it greet. So this is a function where we'll greet someone. Okay, so we will greet using this function. Now we are gonna define this. You have to write def, and don't forget to give them brackets. Even if it's empty, you have to give. Now we are greeting. What we are greeting? Yes, we are greeting. And what does it mean? Python doesn't know. If you give any name, name is okay, but what will it do? That Python doesn't know. So you have to define. So this keyword stands for define a function. So here we'll define that when we set greet, you're gonna print hi. Means we are gonna say hi so that we are greeting. So if I run, nothing will happen. This is because we are defining a function. Okay, let me show you something. Here, if I write print, now here I see the C in the function. This is shown the def print. Then means everything. Okay, this is there in the Python library. Means when I was introducing this course, have you downloaded Python in episode 1? See, I have downloaded. Okay, this is Python. I'm using Python 3.11. Okay, so you can use any other edition, but use Python 3.10 or later, because this course will be for Python 3.10 onwards. Okay, so let's show you. This is print. Now here in the Python databases, this function is defined. Now if I remove also, it will keep defined, but nothing has happened because it's only defined. We are not running the function, so nothing happens. If you want to run the function, we say that we are calling a function. So how to call? Just write the name of the function and use the brackets, just like you do with print. Okay, see, hi is displayed. Okay, try to make it more beautiful by adding exclamation mark. Now for this whole video, I'll be taking the example of the print function to make you understand about functions. Okay, so now here this is hi. Now, have you noticed that when I write print, I can't leave it alone because, okay, let me comment this out. I can't leave this alone. If I leave so, then nothing will happen, only a blank space will be printed. So you have to give certain things here. Okay, so let me introduce a variable here, person name. Let's solve it fun. You saw capital letter. How many of you didn't know from before that you can use capital letters for names of variables? Comment down below. I'd like to listen your answer. So here we can put any variables, any strings. Okay, is okay. So here, if I just work on, you see, Irfan is the best Python programmer, and it's true also.
नहीं.
Okay, so here we pass this value, but here we can't pass any value. Okay, so if you see here, we give it a value, and if I uncomment this, you see that great. If I pass here value that we wanna greet myself, person name. So now if you run, it will show an error. See, it's so that we take 0 arguments, but 1 was given. So these basically are called the arguments that you pass on to a function. And here in the definition of grid, we don't take any argument. So it takes 0 argument, but 1 was given here. So that's why it shows error. So if I just remove this, it will work. Now how to take an argument? So here you write the argument name. So this will not be declared as a variable. You can't use this variable outside this defined function. You have to use inside. So I'll print hi name. Okay. So now if I run, it will again show error because I'm not given the argument. So let's pass on person name. Okay. Then let's run. Let's see how it finally displayed. Okay, so you are clear that here we are printing height for. But what is this F? What is this means curly brackets? Why is it in pink color? The strings are in green. Okay, so let me tell you. So at first you have understood that this argument can be passed. Okay, so this statement can be written as like this. Here we write class, then we give exclamation mark. Okay, so now you will say that okay, cool. But what is this class? You have learned about only comma. So class also adds this like a comma but without a space. I don't want a space, so I have added this. So if you write this, the same thing will happen. Irfan, it will print this only. Okay. So so here I set name or person name. So here I write name and here it shows hi Irfan. Okay. If you give comma also, nothing will happen. Instead, it will give a space which you don't like. So I've given class. Okay, clear. Now, what was that F thing? That is called F string. We'll learn this more about this in our strings video. I'll publish it soon. So now here we write F, then we write the string. It is a special type of string. Okay. So here I write hi, and here, here I give exclamation mark. Now here if I write curly brackets, so inside this curly brackets we can put some variables also, and if we put these variables, the variables will be uh, printed instead of the strings. Okay, so you see hyphen. Okay, and if you're having problem, you can use this one. So this one, let me write work. This code will also work. So if you are confused what is this, you can use this code. Okay, so now we have understood what are arguments. So we can do something. We can teach Python about math. Okay, we can teach Python about math. So I'll not call this. Okay, I'll not call this function because I want to tell you something. I'll define one more function. Let's call it add. So we'll teach Python some math. So we'll take 2 arguments. One is number 1 and number 2. And here will return, here will print, will print number 1 plus number 2. So now Python knows how to add. So if I write add 5 and 7, it will display 12 automatically. We have understood that we can use this for addition also, and we can teach Python mathematics also. Now let's comment this code out. Okay, so now let's learn what are return in functions. Okay, so what are returns in functions? So let's take the example of this. Add 5.3, 7.6. What will Python treat this as? A function, of course. But what if we want that a function is treated as a variable? How can we do so? And what is even the use? We can simply print, okay. But see, sometimes there would be cases that you do not want to print. You just want the value. Then you can't use function, you have to just use this. What is it? This one. Print n1 plus n2. Okay, these are not declared, so it will show error and remove this. So now here you saw that how this is treated as function. Now let's treat this as a variable. How can you do so? So let's create a new function. Let's call it subtract. Subtract. Now here I'll take an n1 and an n2 as an argument. Now here we have to write return n1 minus n2. Okay, I think it's a bit complex for you. So let elaborate this for you. Okay. So you saw this. What does the return keyword do? So now if I call this function like this, subtract, let's say we're gonna subtract, let's say we're gonna subtract 1 from 1. Okay, so here it will do nothing. Because see, this is not treated as a function. We have used the return keyword. Okay, so this is not treated as a function. This is treated as a variable. So you all know that print statement can print variables also. So let's print this variable. Okay. So we are intelligent. We'll print this variable. Subtract. And now we'll subtract 1 from 3. Now when we do, then we get this value. So cool. Okay. So this is treated as a variable. Now we can do a lot more things than printing a variable. Okay. So we can say that, okay, sorry, I noticed something. This is a bit difference. And this too. Difference. And here what I write here also. No. Here we means, let me tell you a tip that if you use a variable inside a function, please don't use this in outside of a function. Use something else. So I'll use a variable called difference with a capital D. Okay, so now here I write subtract. Let's say 507. We have to subtract 54 from 578. Okay, I've typed the wrong spelling. Now here we can print. Okay, let's not print. Let's take an input. We want to take an opinion. And let's take an input. Let's print this. Let's use the backslash. Okay, let's use backslash n. Now here we'll get, what do you think? Let's remove this. We are having so many errors, but now I think it will be okay. So what do you think about 524? I think nothing. I don't think that much. Okay. So now what you want to do? You're gonna print the output. Okay. opinion. So now it would say, what do you think of 524? I don't think, I don't overthink that much. So I don't overthink that much. It would return. So what's happening? That difference is subtracted, it's calculated. So what do you get? It's 524. Okay. If you don't believe and if you don't like math, let me prove to you. 578 minus 54 is 524. See? So now what do you think about difference? It prints and now here it takes an empty input. So the person who is giving the input, he thinks that this is the input. But no, we are taking an empty input and we are putting the question, okay? And here we put the opinion. So this is just written as a variable. Okay, cool. We get this. Okay, I think I need to convert this into string. Otherwise, it's showing a bit of error. And now it's okay. What do you think about 124? I think. So this was how you can use functions. Okay, I think it is the longest code you have used. This is 14 lines. This is 17 lines. 13 lines. Yeah. So this is the longest code till now which you have used. Okay. And you'd have some homework I will give you. So what is the homework? The solution I'll give you in the next community post. Okay, so the homework would be create a calculator with the help of. Okay, you have to use functions to create a calculator. I'd give the solution in the next community post. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Thanks.